Welcome back to my masterclass. What we're going to discuss here is how to choose a lawyer. It's one of the more important facets in the home buying process. The lawyer is going to control the closing, which is transferring the funds from your bank or your financial institution to the person who you're buying the property from, or vice versa, is if you're selling the property, is making sure the funds get to pay out your bank and whatever the remaining is comes to you. Now, whenever I'm choosing a lawyer or I'm recommending a lawyer, I like to make sure it's someone who's been transacting real estate and for a significant period of time. There's a lot of areas of law that you can practice. And unfortunately, there's lawyers who feel that they may be able to jump into doing real estate law, but they don't have the experience. And if you don't have the correct experience in the real estate law, a lot of things can get lost in translation and it can put you as a homeowner at risk. In my 17 years, I've seen a lot of things happen where the lawyer is that conduit between yourself and the bank. Most people don't have an opportunity to talk to the bank. However, the lawyer has a back office that connects to the banks, and it's their lawyer's fiduciary duty to actually not only act on your behalf, but they are actually acting on the bank's behalf. So even though you're paying the legal fees, the lawyer is acting on behalf of the bank and yourself. So you have to make sure that this person, who the lawyer, is going to be an accurate and effective conduit for information between yourself and others. So one way to do that is also speak to your realtor. If you have a realtor that you trust, ask for a recommendation on what lawyers they want to use and how many transactions have they closed with this lawyer. Another really good way to choose a lawyer is actually to go and interview lawyers, to sit down with 3 or 4 lawyers way prior to closing, prior to even purchasing a property, and get a feel for them and also look at their fee structure. Legal fees can range from $1,200 to $2,500 plus disbursements, and disbursements being the actual fees that lawyers incur, not what they're being paid. So when you're paying the lawyer, you're going to pay them a fee, and then whatever comes on top of it, whether it's a title search or it's photocopying or it's whatever other ancillary fees there are, you're going to pay on top of those. So you really want to be very cognizant of the fee structure. To make sure it's suitable, you want to make sure that the lawyer is someone who is adaptable and responsible. You want to make sure they have really studied real estate law. I would normally say at least 5 years, because there's so many different situations that come up. When I was selling, one of the major transactions that came up was an assignment, which is buying property from somebody before they close it. So you're really not buying the property per se, you're actually buying the paperwork because they don't have ownership yet. And a lot of lawyers haven't done assignments, and if you haven't done them, they can be extremely tricky. So you want to speak to your lawyer and kind of find out what experience they have in this realm, how many transactions they're closing. Are they specifically a real estate lawyer, or are they practicing other law? And you want to make sure you get a recommendation from a realtor or another source you trust.